Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Pinter and Patrick Show. My name is Patrick Thompson, here with my man, Doug Pinter.
Hey, what up, Pat? Solid Friday 5 right there, man.
Oh, yeah, every day.
What a beautiful day. We're out here at Coyote Creek in Bartonville, sitting out on the deck. We got golfers back there behind us using a hockey stick on 18. We're going to interview Kristan. She's the, hold on, let me get that in front of me. Kristan Creek is the executive director at the Peoria District Dental Society. We're going to have her on, ask her how the outing went, start to finish, about the food in there.
Oh, wish we were having some.
I'm starving. If you hear something growling, it's just my stomach. It's donut day. It's National Donut Day. Did you have a donut yet?
Oh, I turned it down at Dunkin' Donuts. Like, you want a free donut? I was like,
Hold up. You went to Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, I got it.
Where's my coffee?
Come on now.
Come on, you know I like Dunkin' Donuts.
I had to go out.
This might be the last Pinter and Patrick show. What? Sorry. I'm all jacked up on coffee. I don't need any more, Pat.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, we got a golf outing going on out behind us. They have a fun game on 18 with a hockey stick they got to make the putts with. I came out here and played a couple times the past 2 weeks. Can't wait. We're going to fly the drone out on the course. We're going to shoot some sports out there. Will the Cubs ever score again?
Probably not.
Better believe it. We're taking on your chump Cardinals starting today.
Pitching.
Well, or 15 minutes, whatever. And then, is it going to be a sweep? Are the Golden State Warriors going to take the Cavs out in 4?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Probably take 5 games.
I think
Cleveland
so,
will
at least.
get the first one at home, I think.
Yeah.
And then Tiger Woods, man, this guy's just getting beat up in the public eye. The video was released of his field sobriety test. It's tough to even watch that.
Yeah.
It's not good.
You think people are at a high in their life, and then you never know what will happen.
Never know. And, you know, everyone's got some emails on it to address it today. Why doesn't he have a driver? Who's he running with? Why aren't, things of that? I mean, those are all good questions. So we'll cover that and much more later on in the sports segment. But, Pat, let's talk. You got your wedding coming up out here.
Yeah, it's about 17 days away. No, 15 days away.
Let's just say it's coming up soon.
Yeah.
You're killing
me, Small.
Jeez, let's not get specific. That's how you get in trouble. And then I'm bringing the Front 9 Foundation golf outing out here on June 30th. 29 days away. Notice how I knew those dates specifically. But talk to us a little bit about, I know, setting up your wedding, coordinating out here at Coyote Creek in Bartonville. How's the process?
To be honest, Caitlin did most of it. However, it was a very smooth process, I believe. I mean, she would call her, she would get the appointment set up, especially for the food, which was awesome.
It's very important.
Food was great. Talked about getting drinks, talked about the seating charts, and just the whole day in general. It was smooth.
I say we put John Bupa in the porta potty for his seat. Good. One less thing to worry about. With the golf outing, front9foundation.com, that's where we have all of our info on our non-for-profit charity there. So if you're interested in becoming a whole sponsor, playing golf that day, what we're doing, it's something brand new that is very awesome. Memorial Day just passed.
Yeah.
What we're doing is flags for freedom out on number 18 here. We're going to line the fairway. We already have about 150 of these flags sold for $10. You can honor a fallen veteran or current and active military. And we will have a sheet on all of the tables honoring all of our past and present military. So if you'd like to make a donation to the Front 9 Foundation, if you go to that website, thefront9foundation.com, you can take a look and you can put in the name of the person you're looking to honor. I think it's going to be awesome. Just one more benefit to the Front 9 Foundation, supporting Tee It Up for the troops.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good one.
And I know we just mailed out our thank you cards from Anytime Fitness overseas, so those soldiers will know that we're thinking about them, and we thank all of you for all of your service to this great country in which we live in. So, Pat, I say we jump out onto the course, cover a little sports. By that time, we should have an update on the Cub card game. What do you say? All right, it's Doug Pinter and Pat Thompson on the Pinter and Patrick Show, coming to you from Coyote Creek in Bartonville, Illinois. It's Doug Pinter with Patrick Thompson on the Pinter and Patrick Show here today out at Coyote Creek in Bartonville, and we have our good friend Kristan Creek. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day. We kind of caught you in the middle of everything. The golfers are starting to come in. But Kristan, you are the executive director for the Peoria District Dental Society, correct?
That's correct.
And you guys are holding the golf outing here
We
at
are.
Coyote.
Yeah, we're having a golf outing today. It's a great day just to celebrate dentistry.
Well, why not? It's about 81 degrees. I see a couple clouds in the sky. It's a perfect day to be playing golf out here at Coyote. Course is in fantastic shape. Kristan, the reason I wanted to bring you on the show is earlier in the pro shop, you mentioned that you're not much of a golfer, correct?
No, I am not.
All
I've
right.
never been out on a course in my life.
All right.
Today's my first day.
And did you have fun?
I did. I had a really good time, and it was a really great experience.
Now, I know you brought your outing over here to Coyote. It's the first one you've coordinated. Can you talk to us and the viewers at home a little bit about your experience with bringing the outing here from start to finish?
Sure. Well, we had this scheduled a year out in advance, and I contacted John and the catering company that works here, and they helped me with everything. They took care of all of the scores. When it came to planning, I'd let them know that I was not able, or I had not ever been to a golf tournament before, and so it was kind of fun. You know, they just really helped me out from the very beginning when it came to deciding on what kind of prizes we were going to have, to just taking care of the scores, just walking me through what the day would be like.
As a non-golfer, I would, not to cut you off, as a non-golfer, I would assume it's probably rather intimidating trying to coordinate a nice day for all the dentists and to come out here and know you're in good hands and taken care of.
It was great. It made me feel a lot better, and it was a fantastic day. So they helped me organize from start to finish. It was good.
So John Kohler, she was referring to John. John Kohler's the PGA professional out here at Coyote Creek in Bartonville. I just visited with the new owner, Mike, and it looks like he was treating his guys to lunch out on the deck. This course is in fantastic shape. From hole 1 all the way through 18, some upgrades in the clubhouse. There's people downstairs having lunch. And everyone's starting to come in now, so let the pencil whipping begin on the scoreboard. So you guys are having a little sit-down lunch afterwards?
We are. We're having lunch. We have happy hour going right now, and we're having a luncheon and an award ceremony and to round out the day.
Well, fantastic. So it sounds like you took your needs to John. John kind of walked you through everything. Put out a first-class event for you and all of your people associated with the Dentistry Society, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And I think everyone's been pretty happy with the day.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Are you going to start playing golf now that you've been on the golf course?
Maybe.
What's your thoughts? Maybe next year?
It's absolutely beautiful. The course was wonderful. I think it would be really fun to do. It looked like everyone had fun. So
I was going to say, when I came downstairs to grab you, everyone's smiling. I got to see some people I haven't seen in a while.
Oh, awesome.
So it's a good group of people. So, Pat, I know you're having your wedding out here in a couple weeks, so what do you think? We're just in the banquet room where you're going to have your reception. How have things been going with the planning of your wedding out here?
Oh, it went very smooth. Like I said in the previous shows here, Karen helped us get ready for the wedding out here. She was the main coordinator for us. And when it comes to the food, the tables, the seating charts, I mean, she helped with everything. And to be honest, my fiance Caitlin did most of the work. So
thank goodness. It'll be organized. No,
I did it all. So yeah, very good event and coordination with all of them, even John as well. I can see it.
You might be able to see John in the background. He's putting scores up on the board. So if you're looking to, I mean, we're into June now, but if you're looking to hold an outing in the fall or first part of next year, you said you reserved this date a year in advance.
Yes, we did.
What'd you do? Read the Farmer's Almanac to figure out what today was going to be like? It's picture perfect out there.
Well, the dentists are pretty scheduled, so we usually have it a year in advance.
So who's cleaning all of the teeth in the Peoria area with all the dentists out playing golf today?
Well,
I have a few neighbors that are dentists, so I'll be knocking on their door later. I thought I might see B. Lebreski out here today. I'll have to stop by and check in on them. I know you're extremely busy, Kristan. I appreciate you coming on air with Patrick and I on the Pinter and Patrick Show. We'll be right back. We're flying the drone outdoors, and we're covering the Cleveland Cavs versus Golden State last night. Come on back to the Pinter and Patrick Show. Oh, you played here a couple times. Come on, get a little right kick.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pinter and Patrick Show out here at the beautiful Coyote Creek Golf Course. What hole are we on, Doug?
We are on hole 13 out here. It's par 3, plays anywhere from about 205 down to 165. You can see we got lots of water, small green. Not sure I brought enough golf balls for the two of us, my friend.
You don't want me to shoot on this hole.
Well, it's called golfing, not shooting. That's one thing. I'm just giving you a hard time. Hey, since you picked the Spurs for the NBA Finals, they're at home watching Golden State and who we got? Oh, the Cavs.
Yep.
Now that we're into the finals, first game last night was played. We had the Cavs at. They took the first loss in the playoffs in a while.
Yeah.
I know both teams were on a heater rolling in. I wonder what the total numbers of people tuning in were last night. But Golden State takes game 1 of the NBA Finals, 113-91. No surprise to me. Cleveland Cavs ranked 20th in the NBA out of 30 teams. Jeff Griffin, my good friend at the Chamber, thought there were like 22 teams in the NBA. Newsflash, there's 30. So, and with their transition defense, you could see it last night. It was really exploited by the Warriors. Warriors were just on fire last night, bringing home a 22-point victory. What's your thoughts on the game?
I watched, I think, the first half of it mainly, and it was high scoring for sure, and it was fast, very fast.
Looked like an all-star game. Durant dunking like it was his job.
Yes.
LeBron James finishing at the rim as well. Speaking of Durant, he finished 38 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, almost clipping a triple-double. It's one of the best stats in NBA playoffs since Jordan back in 97 with 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. That's key last night. Stephen Curry had 28 points. Local boy Sean Livingston got 15 minutes of playing time. Went 1 for 5 from the field. He had a couple really good looks in the paint, just rattled in and out. So Sean Livingston ended up with 2 rebounds, an assist, steal, and 2 points in 15 minutes of work. Everybody on Golden State scored last night except McCaw coming off the bench. Total bench points for Golden State, 24 to 21 for the Cavs. You know, Love was rather quiet last night. Excuse me, not Love. Yeah, Love. A couple other guys. J.R. Smith came in, didn't hit. Kyle Korver, Williams. Those were just kind of wasted minutes on the court. You know, they didn't really put up any stats to contribute to the game. Golden State shot about 43% to the Cavs 35. I mean, they took almost 20 more shots during the game. They are so explosive when they get the rebound, they push it up.
Absolutely. It's hard to play there, I'm sure, out there. It's so loud, there's so many people, and it's so fast. I mean,
I think it's awesome for these teams. You know, 3 years in a row they meet in the finals. And I think this year, however, Kevin Durant, you will see why he went to Golden State. And I think he is the X factor that puts Golden State over the top in 5 games. That's been my pick since the playoffs started.
yeah, he looked really good last night, and I think the Warriors will win in at least 5.
7-footer, so smooth with the ball. Golden State total of 31 assists last night. Cleveland, 20 turnovers. Here's the stat that floored me. 56 points in the paint for Golden State. That tells me they're finishing at the rim. That's why their shooting percentage was so high, and they actually missed quite a few shots in the paint. I think Golden State, before this series is done, going to put up over 135 points against your LeBron James and Cleveland Cavs. I do think. I mean, Klay Thompson hasn't really fired off yet. I think he scored 6 or 8 points last night. So once he gets rolling, he's in there primarily defensively. He's just shutting down players left and right. DeAndre, what's his name? The guy in the paint.
Not DeAndre Jordan.
No.
Man, I can't remember his name.
All right.
Now.
Well, let's just keep moving on. Let's move on.
Draymond Green, I got
Draymond
it.
Green, yeah, he didn't kick anyone in the crotch or get a technical. He was giving the refs an earful last night, but he brought a lot of enthusiasm to the court. I just don't see this much of an NBA Finals. Hey, let's talk about our Cub Cardinals.
Yeah.
What's going on right now, bud?
Starting today.
Yeah, like right now, they're playing up in Wrigley.
Score.
I don't know. We'll come back with the score. Hey, if you're just tuning in, check it out. Earlier in the show, we interviewed one of the ladies from the Dental Society, Kristan, talked about her experience holding a golf outing out here at beautiful Coyote Creek. I've played here a couple times the past few weeks. They're pumping a ton of money into this place, fixing cart paths, removing trees. Greens are rolling smooth.
They look great.
It's wonderful. We're actually going to go back to hole 12. It's par 5 out here. I'm going to play Patrick for $1,000, right? We're just going to talk a little bit about course maintenance when we're out there. But the Cubs 25 and 27 got swept on the West Coast Series. That was I mean, I haven't hung my W flag in forever, man. Don't be kicking sand up on me. Your Cardinals 26 and 25, 120 game today. Vegas has Cubs winning 152. Is the line on that game. Lackey, he's 4-5 with a 5.18 ERA, going against Lynn 4-3 with a 2.93 ERA. Last time these two faced each other, they were pitching against each other in April in the series. Lackey went three runs over 6 innings, and Lynn went 2 runs over 5 1/3. Then the Cubs got to your guys' bullpen, which is one of your weak spots.
Yeah, until you get to O, it's pretty out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So a couple things. Fowler getting his World Series ring. He's probably got it on right now, up to bat for the Cardinals. Also, Fowler hit that walk-off home run for the Cardinals earlier this week, getting you guys a win. David Ross is going to be on SportsCenter's Sunday night game, announcing the game from the bleachers with the Sunday night crew. So you know that's going to be a party. I checked the weather. It's supposed to be like 78 at the first pitch. It's going to be a great night up in Wrigley. Hopefully the Cubs bring home a victory and get the series clinched, so that way I don't have to make bread pudding for my good friend Deanna. That's a whole long story there. Cardinals, you guys have the best rotation in the MLB with 3.22 ERA. So we were just talking, your starters in Wainwright really started off the season slow. His ERA was into the 6s through the first 3 games, so he's really starting to find his off-speed pitch and keep the batters a little bit on their heels.
Yeah, Martinez has been doing really well.
Lights out yesterday in his outing.
And like once the starter goes out, unfortunately the bullpen gives up a lot of runs, and they've lost a lot of games with the 7th inning or later, if I don't recall.
Yeah, you guys, I think, have dropped 7 games with a tie or a lead going into the 7th. I mean, that's quite a few. I think Matheny will look to make a couple moves around the All-Star break, pick up someone for that bullpen. At least I think the winner of the NL Central obviously gets into the playoffs, but I think the second-place team will work their way in for a wild card only if all these clubs, Cubs, Cardinals, Brewers, get their pitching rotation and bullpen in check around that All-Star break. Hey, Rizzo got engaged on Thursday, broke a lot of ladies' hearts out there.
Man, poor guy.
Poor guy, just making millions. Now he's about to get married. Hey, speaking of getting married, you're doing your wedding out here. Yep. Let's not count the dates, right?
Exactly.
All right, just got to flip over my cheat sheet. We did have some viewers email in last week some questions. Should Schwarber go on the DL because of his knee? There's no issues with Schwarber's knee. What they're actually looking at doing with Schwarber is maybe giving him some time off. That way he can start taking some pitches and work on his swing a little bit. He seems to be really rushing the count, getting behind, and what he excels at is working the count in his favor and then hitting that long ball. So he needs a little bit more patience at the plate. Who's a better catcher, Montero or Contreras? I think it's Contreras. Lester loves Contreras behind the plate, holding runners tight. He's not afraid to throw down to first. He reminds me a lot of a young Molina.
Yeah, he's pretty good behind the plate.
I mean, I think hands down Molina is the best catcher in the MLB.
Absolutely.
Posey's a close second for the San Francisco Giants, but Molina's getting it done at the plate and behind the plate this season. I think that's part of the reason why your Cardinals have a winning record. So to answer the writer's question, though, Contreras is 15 and 19 behind the plate. Montero is 10 and 8. I just think Contreras, he'll get these other pitchers calmed down. It's not all him. The starting pitchers for the Cubs have been weak at best, just opposite of your Cardinals.
Yeah.
And I think the Cubs bullpen, Montgomery and whatnot in the pen coming out, close these games. And Davis, I think they're getting the job done. I think Davis was 11-4-11 before we got swept out on the West Coast. So I don't know.
It'll be exciting.
Ought to be an interesting series up there at Wrigley. And then the final question is, after the Cubs hit a home run, why do they always run into the tunnel? We found that out so they can celebrate. There's no cameras down there. They can get whatever's on their mind off their mind. And then a lot of them, actually, they got TV set up so they can recall the pitch count and the situations and tip off if there's any type of movement of that pitcher's glove. So as soon as they hit the home run, touch home plate, they're back in the clubhouse actually getting some work done. I never knew that. So some good questions that we had written into the Pinter and Patrick Show. If you're looking to send us an email, look for us to cover a certain topic, feel free to email us. Right now we're at PeoriaIL@anytimefitness.com. So that's PeoriaIL@anytimefitness.com. Just cover on the NHL real quick. Do you even know who's in the playoffs? Stanley Cup.
My boy Alex Temple's Pittsburgh Penguins are leading it right now.
Oh, look at you,
2-0.
Pat. 2-0. He's brushing up on his hockey. I watched maybe 50 seconds of it the other night. Started the third period, dropped the puck. Penguins took it in, scored about 12 seconds. Looked like a walk in the park. I really have no picks other than Pittsburgh since they're up 2-0.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Nashville. PGA, before we came out, I stopped by the pro shop, visit my good friend, PGA professional John Kohler, who's wrapping up an outing here. And Duffner went 65 again today. He's sitting at 14 under. He is your leader at the Memorial Tournament out in Dublin, Ohio. So hats off to Duffner. Now, Pat and I,
Sir.
let's go over to 12. Let's talk about how to manage hole number 12, and let's see who pulls out the victory for lunch. How about that?
For an average golfer, right?
Don't hit me. We'll be right back on the Pinter and Patrick Show. Well, I have severely depressing news. I just heard from Luke, our camera guy. Dexter Fowler hit a home run. Cards lead 1-0.
Yep.
Bogus. No hill for the Cubs, though. Get swinging the bat out there. It looks like with this wind, it's got to be blowing out to right center. So maybe Schwarber will step up, put the ball on the bat. Hey, we're at hole 12 out here at Coyote Creek. It's 530 yards. I just asked Pat what he thinks of this hole. He goes, where the heck's the flag at? And I just pointed that direction about 530 yards. What we're going to do today is I'm going to walk you through this hole. If you come out to play, it can be a little visually intimidating. Coyote's done a great job of removing some trees on the left-hand side. So if you do pull the ball a little bit, you'll be able to find it and punch out. For the beginners, I would say take a 3-wood or your 5-wood off the tee. What we're looking to do for the beginner golfers is just find the fairway. You're not going to get home in 2 going for the par 5 and 2 anyway, so keep it safe on this hole. Grab your 3-wood. That's what I'm going to get you, Pat. Ooh, yeah. See how that turns out. Longer hitters, let's take it up the right side. There's a bunker in the distance, about 275. Try to carry that. If you're not able to carry that, you're going to want to go right of it. It's hard pan, there's cart path, and it's all downhill, so you can get a good hop and get in a position. Actually, the right side of the fairway / rough is your best angle if you're going to go for this hole in 2. It opens up that right corner of the green. If the pin's far left, that's just trouble waiting to be found up there. We do have a fairway bunker about 275 off the tee. Then you'll have a fairway bunker about 100 yards from the green, just challenging your layup shot. And then you have bunkers up around the green. So it's a very well protected green for players going forward. And 2, you really got to launch the ball high going in. Got to stay away from the left side. That's how you're going to make an easy bogey or double. So, Pat, you got me in the squat rack. I hated you for that. Now we're in my world. You ready to tee this up, buddy?
Ready.
All right. So I'm going to hit driver up the right side. I'm going to get Pat a 3-wood, see if you can't find the fairway. We'll catch up with you guys out in the fairway. All right, so we got a little right to left wind out here on hole 12. Just going to try to play it up the right side. Let's see what happens. Try to carry that bunker about 275 out. I tugged it just a little bit, missed that cart path. Perfect. All right, Pat, let's get you a 3-wood.
Ooh, baby.
So Pat just asked if I have any pointers for him. Just give it a rip, buddy. You got a decent swing, finish it. Get over to that follow through. There you go. Let's give it a rip. Pat's got epic 3-wood, Titleist ball, and a sweet hairdo. Oh, jeez. All right, that was just for your viewing pleasure at home. Now he's going to get serious.
About to crush this.
And he hammered it. Sorry, I just blew your eardrums. Right down the old middle. Come on, Pat, you're coachable. Let's go. All right, so I actually, I said play it up the right side. I tugged it a little bit. The wind kind of drifted the ball up the left-hand corner here. I got 265 to the flag, so I'm not even going to bother with that. The wind has shifted a little bit, and it's more into us. So I have 4-iron here, probably 230 is what I'm looking to hit it. Just lay up short of that green side bunker, leave me a little flop shot into the pin. I will play it up the right side just so I have a little better angle on the pin coming in. So let's see what happens here. Pat, any tips for me?
Keep the eye on the ball.
Eye on the ball. That's a good one, pal. Here we go.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Just up the right side. It'll give me a good angle at the flag. A little wedge in the hands. Let's go get to Pat's third shot over here. Pat, pretty good second shot.
Yeah, thank you.
Just up the right side. Just missed the fairway. A little foot wedge. You could be back in the fairway, but that's not our style.
Yeah.
You got 120 left to the pin. The wind's a little bit into you, so what do you think, 8-iron? Rather be a little long than short?
Right.
All right, here you go.
Do it. Quick question though, do people typically take practice swings?
You know, here's my thought on a good question, Pat. Okay, for beginner golfers, no need to take practice swings. You're taking plenty on the golf course, and I do not mean that in a rude way. If you're scoring around 100 to 110, think about all these extra practice swings. If you're taking 2 or 3 before you actually swing, you're actually swinging the club over 400 times in a round of golf. Actually, it's probably closer to 250 because some of those are putts, but it's just going to wear you down coming in. You're probably thinking too much. So what I recommend, just grab your club, maybe give it a light practice swing.
Right.
When I'm talking light, what I like to do is I just like to try to feel where the bottom of my swing is with the club. So just clip the grass, get the weight of the club, and give it a rip.
Got it.
All right? So give it a little light practice swing, get the feel for the club. That's cash money, Pat. Knock this bad boy on the green. Oh, that's a great looking setup, Pat. Oh, yeah, up the right side. Give him a little kick.
Oh.
Go! Excellent. We're going to see how Pat's short game is up around the green. That was a great shot, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. Up here to my second shot up the right side. I do have a clear angle to the pin. See how I played away from the bunker there, Pat? So even if I do land a little short of my target area, it better not land in the bunker,
Right.
not with TV rolling. I got 60 yards. A lot of people ask me how I hit this. I actually have a 60-degree wedge as well for 60 yards. What I'm going to do is what I'm looking for is I'm going to open the club face a little bit. So opening actually means point that club to the sky a little bit. It's going to add a little loft, take a little speed off the ball. And this ball, when it lands, should land and stop on a dime, should not have release because I'm looking to spin this since the pin's a little tight. So 60 yards, going to get set up just a little bit open with my feet as well as the club face. Key here is shoulder to shoulder, and you must accelerate through the hitting area.
And he did.
Ball stopped on a dime. I have about 10, 15 feet left for birdie. Obviously, I threw it past the pin. There's a little backstop there. Looks like you got just a little chip shot. See who can sneak out with a birdie on this hole.
Chipping out.
Let's do it. All right, so Pat, great third shot in here. You're managing the hole really well. 3-wood, 6-iron, 8-iron. Now you're left 20 feet, and this is where so many golfers struggle, is around the green. You got up here. Let's teach you a little tip that I learned from a good friend of mine, great golfer in Peoria, John Ergot. A lot of players, the grain of the grass is going against or away from your target, so it's more prone to snag the club. Golfers typically chunk this shot, decelerate, or flip at the bottom. Here's a free tip. Instead of soling the club flat at impact, what I'm looking for is get that club straight up and down. Then what we're going to do is take a nice, easy putting motion. Ball will pop out every time, and it will release towards your target. All right, Pat, so there's your, that's a 9-iron. Let's go ahead and get set up. Notice Pat's feet are aiming a little left of his target. Get that club straight vertical. Now putting motion, let's see what happens. There we go, ball pops out, trickling down. Oh, this is where all the money's made or lost, my friend, on a 3-footer. I hit my third shot up here. Pat, you want to grab the pin?
Yeah.
I hit my third shot up here. I have what, maybe 10, 15 feet. It's going to be a little downhill. Ball's going to break a little right to left. All I got to do is get this ball started on the right line. This is a putt that I can be rather aggressive with, so let's see what happens. I'm about a cup of break. that means is I'm going to aim to the right of the hole by about 1 cup. Right now, just checking, getting my speed thought. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Oh, and I sallied it, no pun intended to Sally, who hit that great shot for us on that par 3. Simple tap in par. I don't feel great about it, but on par 5s, you cannot afford to take bogeys. That's where it really adds up. Pat, let's knock this ball in here, buddy.
End it.
End it. We're out here at Coyote Creek in beautiful Bartonville, playing hole 12, course management. Pat 4 is par.
First time ever.
All right. A lot of hip action there, my friend. Hey, no worries about that putt. I gave it to you. We tied 5-5.
Appreciate that.
All right. Hey, if you're tuning in late, hop back to the front of the show. We did a little opener about the Front 9 Foundation. We have a golf outing here on June 30th at Coyote Creek, as well as the Squats for Soldiers. That's July
29th at Anytime Fitness Peoria.
Yeah, and if you go to front9foundation.com, we have all of the details there for our events. Just did a little course management, how to play hole number 12 out here. It's a rather intimidating par 5, but you managed it really well, Pat. Next time we're out, we'll take us out maybe on to hole 3, which seems to be a real stickler with a lot of the golfers here. So, Pinter and Patrick show, another good one. I love being out on the links, my friend.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Doug Pinter, Pat Thompson on the Pinter and Patrick show. Have a great weekend, everybody.